Hey, I'm Julia Piota. I am a life coach and board certified health and wellness coach, and I help women to create a healthier relationship with themselves. So, I just wanted to jump on today and let you in to a little bit of my life and what's been going on over the last almost, let's say 24 hours, 20 hours. So, I'm not sure if we had a tornado come through, but damaging winds, a really bad storm came in last night around 6ish, and we lost power like literally immediately before the storm even hit my house. And it's been an adventure. Like, I've never gone glamping before, but I'd imagine that glamping is what I've been living. So I don't have any power. And last night, I should say, I packed up a bunch of my food that was in my refrigerator and shoved it in with the freezer food because, like, we need it to stay cold because I just went grocery shopping and I didn't want to waste all that food. And I happen to have a large bag of ice that's been sitting forever in my freezer. And I threw that in a cooler with some of the food that wouldn't fit in the freezer. So I was like, all right, we're good on this. Then this morning when I got up, I decided to go check out the sump pump situation in my basement because I was like, crap, I better check to see how high the water is because I don't need my basement to flood. And obviously I woke up this morning and I still don't have any power. So now we're sitting at around noon and there are still like many people. The last time I checked, it said like 16,000 people in my city, and then there's surrounding towns and cities as well that are beyond those numbers. So we're without power and we're just patiently waiting. So I was like, crap, I got to figure out this sump pump situation so I don't have my basement flooding. And I called up my dad, and thankfully their power came back on at 11 last night. So he brought their generator over here for me so I could get that water cleared out and the sump pump running, because God forbid it starts raining and holy hell, we're gonna have a fucking mess. So that's taken care of. He was able to plug my fridge in as well. I was able to get my phone charged. I do have one of those battery packs, so that was great, but it was getting low. So I'm like, man, this is like a fucking adventure. It's like we're glamping right now. And we get to kind of just roll with emotions. Like this morning, I had to take a shower in the darkness. Like, I brought a flashlight in the bathroom, and there's no windows in my bathroom, unfortunately. So I'm like, this is interesting, like you can't see what you're doing. Obviously, like, I didn't dry my hair today. It's air dried, so we've got this nice waves going on. And it's just been, I'll tell you, like, what's going on as far as like my mindset. So like, I am, doing this stuff. I've got this generator running. It's the cords are coming through my patio door, so I can't like lock my door and leave and go freely do what I want. And I'm also tied to my house because I'm waiting for a delivery. I think I might have mentioned in yesterday's video. If not, like, I'm waiting for the computer for that new job that I'm starting next week. So this is another interesting story. Literally 2 times now, there was a FedEx truck in front of my house, like across the street. He stopped and he was getting stuff out, and I'm like, oh sweet, good, my computer's here. That means like me and the dog can go for a walk and I don't have to sit and be glued to the house waiting for it to arrive because I need to sign for it. And then he left. And I was like, what the fuck, yo? So checked my status. It didn't say like that my stuff was delivered. Well, then about 5 to 7 minutes later, he pulls up in front of my house. And I was like, sweet, good, like, yay. Then we can have a little bit of freedom here and go for a little bit of a walk. And no, he fucking left again. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? So my mindset is kind of like, when we first had the pandemic and it was like you're glued to your house and you're probably going like stir crazy. There's like that stir crazy going on, and I'm like, I know I've got plenty of stuff that I could be doing around the house right now, but my mind is all like, when is this computer gonna come? Like, I want to go to the gym. I can't go to the gym because I can't lock the house because the generator is running. When's the power gonna come back on? It would be really nice to have internet right now, you know, to do some other things. And it's like, it's looking for all of the things that it can't have, right? That are not possible at this point in time. So waiting for the FedEx guy and that damn FedEx guy showing up twice and leaving, I'm like, all right, well, hey, we get to just rearrange these thoughts, and whenever he shows up, he shows up. If I have to sit and literally walk the dog within, like, you know, a 4-house range back and forth down the sidewalk to make sure I don't miss him, then that's what has to be done. So really taking control, taking your power back for myself, and I'm, you know, obviously talking about you too when you run into these scenarios, taking your power back and rolling with the motions, rolling with, well, where do you have power in this? Where can you take responsibility? Where can you create a new opportunity? So if I look stupid and I'm walking my dog, you know, back and forth pacing, and my neighbors are like, what's wrong with that girl? Like, that feels better to get out than have to, like, sit here glued in the house. And I won't miss my FedEx guy either, so I'll be able to see and, you know, truck my little butt back fast enough to be able to sign for it. And, you know, there are things too, like I said, there's plenty that I could get done around the house. Like, if I can't get on my computer to do work-related stuff on there, finding an alternative. So sometimes what we need to do is to just take a moment to reset. So what I mean is getting the brain out of that, like, rumination or looking for all the things that aren't possible right now. And that might mean sitting and closing your eyes and going into a meditation. Maybe it's coloring. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot of cooking I can do right now because I've told you how I like to cook or bake. Well, without power, you know, that's really not an option at this point in time. But these are the things, when these challenges arise, it's like, all right, challenge accepted. Like, let's make the best of this. And it's kind of fun when you get in this mindset. Like, I feel like it's kind of fun. Yes, I'm glued to the house and I can't do all these things, and I really want to leave and go do these things, but oh my gosh, I've got to wait for the FedEx guy. And oh, I can't do this in my business because my computer doesn't work. Oh my gosh, my phone battery is going to die. You know, all these little things. So it's, all right, let's get creative. Let's, you know, find solutions here instead of focusing on all the things that aren't going right. So, you know, I talk a lot about the, you know, what we focus on grows, and the thoughts that we're sending out is what we're attracting back to us. So I very well could have gotten, like, super frustrated about this FedEx guy, right? Like, just sat in the energy of frustration and having to sit here and having to wait for this computer to get here so I can sign for it, and having to be glued to the house because I can't lock my house up because there's a generator running. And that can really, like, that negative energy can really ruin your day. So, you know, if you're ever in these situations, like, actually being intentional and being mindful of pulling yourself out. We have to pull ourselves out when this happens, because our mind will just keep going down the shit pit, and it's going to take us nowhere but to frustration, you know, self-inflicted frustration, and stress and disappointment. So when you're in that space, you know, look at those opportunities and see where you can actually create a new possibility. And if you have to take a moment to reset, maybe meditate, do some deep breathing, bust out an adult coloring book if you have that, something that will slow the brain waves down so you can actually raise your state of conscious awareness, and then take the steps to move forward and start, you know, getting things done that you actually have control and power over completing. You know, if I can't get to the gym today, I've got equipment in my basement. You know, I can access a YouTube video if I don't want to kill my phone battery. You know, like, there are ways around it. I can do something different, and I can come to an acceptance of this is enough for today. Like this, even though this isn't my routine, I can be okay that this is enough and be thankful that I'm actually doing something rather than choosing to be distracted and frustrated and upset and allowing that negative energy to like basically ruin my day. So if you're in this place, if you are someone from the same area as me, feel free to share your comments below what you're dealing with, what you are going to focus on instead to, find your power in this, to find the positives and create something different. Maybe take action on something you've been putting off now that you might have some extra free time. Let me know what that is. Drop a comment below if you're seeing me on YouTube. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you're in a spot where you're looking to start creating this healthier relationship with yourself, learning how to go about life in a whole new way, creating this healing within your body, your mindset, releasing anything from the past that you might still be hanging on to that's preventing you from having the future that you're wanting to have, and from, tapping into that full potential that you're fully capable of tapping into, feel free to click on the link in the description section to set up a free discovery call with me. I hope you have a wonderful day today.